The fuck did I just do? Hold on, guys. I don't know what the hell I just done. There we go. Back. Welcome into the chat. Fixing to get started. I'm trying to get my light turned on. There we go. Welcome in, Don J. Yo, 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 yo. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you, J Dog. What's up? What's up? What's up? So back to my topic earlier today. Did Glock sell us out? I have read the letter. I'm going ahead getting into it as people jump in, like the stream, sub to the channel, sub to the brothers. But I've read the letter that Glock sent to the Oklahoma State Representatives. What Glock is stating is that basically they don't like the fact that people are using their platform to install already, hear me out, already illegal items to their firearms. In other words, you got some using the argument, well, if you say you're pro 2A, but yet you're saying you don't want. No, no, no. This has already been voted on. They have already said that even being in possession of these switches is illegal. So it's illegal. So Glock saying we're tired of people saying, that we're allowing this to happen. So they're covering their ass, but they're also standing their ground. It's something that was made illegal, and they're just sending out a letter saying we do not condone this. That would be like Ford putting out a comment that, hey, we don't condone people drinking and running over people. I mean, so that's the deal with Glock. And people's trying to say, oh, Glock's doing the same thing SIG is. No, you got criminals offing innocent people with Glock's products with switches. SIG's is offing people by themselves. So that's no way to even compare that. You can't compare the two companies at all. At all. And I'm no Glock fan, and everybody who knows my channel knows I'm not a Glock fan. I'm not hanging off of Glock's nuts. But since we want to criticize companies, I got a question for you. What does Ruger, Daniel Defense, y'all heard me earlier, Smith & Wesson, and there was another one. Anyway, what do all of them have in common? And I'll take another one in just a minute. Does anybody know what these companies have in common? Drop it in the comment section. Let's see if anybody's even close. Oh, Springfield Armory. Springfield Armory, Ruger, Daniel Defense, Smith & Wesson. What do they have in common? Now, I will go back to Glock in just a minute because they did say some things that troubled me. In this letter, they stated that they had a quote-unquote long outstanding relationship with the Alphabet Boys. Y'all know who I'm talking about. How they would basically troll sites like ours and YouTube pages and other social media sites. And if they seen people using these China-made, because they blame China for most of them, even though most 3D printed now. But anyway, they said that they would basically turn these people in. They would go, turn these into the Alphabet Boys when they'd see them. No, it's not that they make ARs, Don J. All right, let me get into it. Let me get into that part because this was interesting. And I'm one that I love history, and I'm pro 2A, so I know about, I make sure I research the gun laws that are brought about and how they come about. The biggest one is Ruger. Most people know about Old Man Ruger. Why a lot of people still to this day hate Ruger is because the Bill Ruger wrote the legislation with the capacity ban. Bill Ruger, to save the Mini 14, instead of them doing away with the gun completely, back 30-something years ago, wrote the legislation saying let's make firearms that only have 10 or less rounds in them. Also made the comment to one of the Leslie Stahl and some of the people from 60 Minutes that no good man needed more than 10, freedom seeds. So his comments and the fact that he wrote that legislation that created that magazine ban, people hated Ruger. But what a lot of people don't know is Daniel Defense during this whole Fix Nix situation that we had, the Nix background checks. When Nix first came about, Nix was created if you had a traffic ticket, any kind of criminal ticket, any kind of anything, whether it was misdemeanor or felony, your name got put on a list. And when you went to get a background check run, if you had even a ticket, they would kick you out and make you wait. Or they would just outright deny you. Because companies have a right, they can hold it for 72 hours. After 72 hours, if the government don't get back with them, they can either give you the firearm or they can choose not to sell it to you at all. But no, that's not what I'm saying, everybody care. What I'm saying is the rule of law. The law has already been made that switches are illegal. There's nothing to argue about that. It's already been made, and that's what Glock's saying. Do not take something that is illegal and put it on our stuff. That's what they're saying. The law's already been made. Now, until that's corrected, it's something that is illegal to even have in your possession. So that has nothing to do with the 2A. Just like your bump stocks, your FRTs, and all this stuff, until that gets made legal again, we can't have it. So, and that's what Glock's saying. We're not going to condone it until y'all pass legislation saying we can have it. We're not going to condone it. But anyway, back to my story about the firearms. Smith & Wesson was bought by a European company named Thompson. They also sold out the 2A community. Springfield Armory sold out the 2A community. Smith & Wesson for a while, like I said, sold out the 2A community. Every one of these companies at one point has sold us out. Whether it is or not, everyday carry, it's illegal. That's the point. That's the point that Glock's trying to make. It is illegal to have. And until that gets changed, they can't stand up and say, hey, we support this. Like the bump stocks and everything else. I mean, until they change that law, what the fuck they gonna do? You know what I mean? But comparing them to the SIG issue, the switches, people are purposely pulling them. SIGs are going off on their own. Right, but if they don't make some kind of stand though, what it all boils down to, you got these states like Chicago and different places that are suing now and trying to basically do away with the whole product line because of this one item. Once again, it would be like Chevy and Ford wanting them to do away with the vehicle line because people are getting drunk and driving them and hitting people. I mean, they've got to make a stand somewhere. And I'm no Glock person. I don't claim to be a Glock person. I'm a Smith person. And some of my research I've done today on how they sold us out, and how Springfield sold us out, how easy we forget that these companies turn around and do stupid things, and then we buy it up because it's American made. It's crazy that kind of stuff goes on. But if you go back into your 1993 gun bans or 1994 with the Clintons, and Springfield was the last company that done it back in 2017, and the way they done theirs is they played politics. They're still based in Illinois, and they played a lot of politics, and they tried to fix it to where no other no other gun manufacturers could operate other than them, and they got a lot of kickbacks for this, and they were actually left out of what they called the gun loophole ban, or the gun show loophole ban, because they actually signed on and donated to this anti-gun legislation, and all this stuff you can look up and read. That's what Springfield Armory pulled, and it's funny that most of your companies that are in these big areas, these anti-gun areas, move the hell out. They move somewhere else. But Springfield still stays where they are because they're still benefiting off of that anti-gun politics. Surefire is another one. That's Benchmade's another one that are anti-2A. Look up some of their policies, and how we still eat them up, and jump on the bandwagon with these companies. I'm all for going against anything that's against the Second Amendment. But if it's something that's illegal, if it's something that we let slip through we let somehow or another, we didn't have enough people stand up for bump stocks. We didn't have enough people to stand up for switches. We didn't have enough people to stand up, for a lot of things, and it got made illegal. Now, until it's made legal again, there's nothing a company can do. I mean, hell, I would be against them too if they were trying to take my whole product line and trash a name that I spent decades building. And once again, it goes back to politics and craziness, and it is what it is. But to say that they're doing the same thing that SIG done, no, SIG's covering their ass because there's an honest mistake somewhere. Now, I also understand, once again, I'm going back because at the end of the day, it is a corporation with multi million-dollar military contract. There is no way SIG could stand up and say, aha, we see the issue. Because they're going to lose that contract, have to go through all that testing, bankrupt their company. They can't do it. Weed, guns, and beer all hang out together, and that's illegal. Well, hold on. Wait. You're getting into part of the other topic now, every day. I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. Um, but it's funny you put weed and beer and all that because actually, in most of your states, if you have a marijuana license or it states on your concealed carry permit, you can't be under the influence and carry your firearm at the same time. So no, it's not legal. It's not legal to be under the influence and have your firearm. Um, Same with that's where the argument about this latest, mass situation we just had, the estrogen that they're pumping into their bodies to change, from being male to female, and other stuff they pump into their body to change from being female to male. Um, that's medicines, that's chemicals. So they're trying to say that that should be illegal, just like having your marijuana card and stuff like that. They're trying to argue that now. Um, and once again, if you're pro 2A and you're wanting to defend the gun rights and not lose anymore, not lose any more ground, this is where you have to start standing up. You have to ride your state senators. You have to ride these congressmen. You have to stay on top of the NRA because go back and look at how many times the actual NRA has sold us out. We're all about some NRA. But go look at how many times they've compromised. Um, Look at what Ruger did. There's people that still hate that company because, like I said, he is the one who he didn't only go for the legislation, he wrote it. He wrote the 10-round capacity legislation. And like I said, here over 30 years later, people still hate that company for that reason, and they don't even own it anymore. He retired, his son retired, they're long gone. Thompson purchased Smith and Wesson. Thompson pulled some of the similar stuff because they benefited, being a European country, they benefited from some of these laws. But then everybody jumped on them immediately and they lost their stocks and they ended up selling that company back for $15 million. They took like a 70% loss when they sold Smith and Wesson back. What did you say? Hold on. Non-active. This is the second account I've seen. No, they're not connected, bro. But we are a big group. We are a Second Amendment community. We are talking about Second Amendment firearms, which was in my description. So there's no false advertisement. There's no conspiracy, and you can just as easily take your little finger and scroll up if you don't like what the fuck I'm saying. A lot of your channels are laid out this way. The reason they're laid out this way is we're not allowed to be on the screen with the firearms. Yeah, I got what you're saying on active. We're not allowed to be on the screen, and this is the safest way with YouTube acting how they are. They can't say that I'm touching the firearms nor anybody else. That's why we lay them out to where we're not on the screen, and we talk about firearms. But this ain't all we talk about, bro. We talk about how people's mental health are, how you're doing with your mental health. We talk about everything, bro. If you look at the comments, we bullshit. Sometimes we get you know hyped up and worked up. Um, but yeah, there is a connection. There's a lot of us who are just friends. It's just a camaraderie. Um, but yeah, anything type shit, especially conspiracies. We love some conspiracies around here. I think it's funny that one of our biggest riddles is still what happened to Hoffa, and his middle name was Riddle. Type shit. Oh yeah, I am a person in Georgia, man, for real. Um, I'm in South Georgia to be exact. Beautiful place. But I tell everybody, man, I'm just a nobody from a small town in South Georgia with a love for the Second Amendment, um, and a passion for people, and love history, love firearms. By the way, that's the 22 Henry lever action Diamondback 380 Smith & Wesson Shield Plus 9 millimeter, and Winchester silver tip hollow points for the 380 and for the 9. Oh, they ain't tell you. Oh, you were born in Savannah, bro. I'm right below Savannah. You got Savannah. You got uh um. Oh damn! I done lost my damn train of thought. Richmond Hill. Then you got Newport. Then you got going down a little farther. You got Townsend, Darien. I'm on the outskirts of Brunswick, Georgia. I'm actually in Brantley County, but Brunswick, Georgia is what everybody knows. But yeah, that's where I am. Oh yeah, we talk about way more non two way things. Every now and then we get hyped up. I like giving EDC hell because he loves the SIGs, and I'm not against SIG, man. I'm not. Um, I know that they're in a hell of a situation. They can't they can't come right out and say anything. What's up, Desert Armory? Um, they can't come right out and say what they need to say. There's no way. It can't happen. Um, the company would be gone. No way to survive it. Because the way the military works, they would have to go through all them trials and all that testing all over again. Um, EDC SIG gang. I mean, I've got the 228, bro. I can't. I'm not knocking that. Now, will I carry a 320? Not until we figure something out. Um, yeah, non-active, bro. I promise, non-active. I've been non-active for a long time. but now, but now, only problem I really have with SIG right now is that damn three big cheeseburger, um, new little ARP they got. The three big cheeseburger one. Like, damn, bro, y'all struggling and y'all gonna come out swinging like that? SIG came about 320. Oh, but I love our conversations, man. I mean, it really, truly. But see, very rarely do you get this many people in a room that can agree with a passion without trying to throw blows. And that's what I love about this group. We could talk about things and we can go back and forth, and I learn from y'all, and we learn from each other, and that's what this group's about. Um, but yeah, as I was doing my research today and reading about how Springfield and how Smith and how Ruger and all these were connected and how they evolved through the 1993 gun ban and 93 and 94 and through your Bush administration, even down to Trump, um, how things still doesn't go off without trigger pull. And see, that's another thing, man. I've watched them videos and I've seen Okay, I've seen some things I can't explain, but I've also seen some things that look like it would still be negligent discharge, not accidental, negligent. A lot of what I seen was people that, even this situation now with the Army, they said they arrested somebody in connection to the airmen. I've not heard the rest of that story. Why would they arrest somebody in connection to it? Um, I mean, there's a lot of shit that don't make no sense. That's me. I'm just gonna hold off for a while, let it work itself out. Let's see. Let's just see what happens. Um, but no, the Glock situation, I think, is just a cover your ass situation. I see what they're saying. Um, but now, what did trouble me on that, on the same note in that letter, is when they said that they often cooperate with, keep in mind, I got to watch what I say, the alphabet boys. In other words, they're legit turning people in that they see putting switches like on YouTube channels and stuff like that. They're turning people in by altering their products. Oh, I carried the Shield Plus today. I carried the Henry 22 there, and then I carried Diamondback 380 today, and then I've got the Tree 57 somewhere allegedly. Yeah, the military lets out it. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. EDC. That was the, out of that whole email. That's the thing that I took away. Not only that, they're turning in companies that they suspect are making the switches. They tried to throw a lot off on China, saying most of this came from China. But even the guy who was reporting on it says that really don't make sense because I thought most of it was being 3D printed. I like the little 22 you've been carrying, EDC. See me, I'll carry it. I will rock a 22. I don't care what anybody says. Self defense, I'll carry a 22. Doesn't bother me one bit. That little Walther 22 I got, I'll carry it all day long. What is up, Phoenix? 20 people in the chat. Double tap the screen. Sub to the channel if you have not. Check out the brothers, man. I'm telling you. Allegedly, there might be some 50 cal deagle, sitting around. You know, just about anything you could think of. These brothers got it, man. And like I said, we have a good time. We chill. We have fun. I'm doing a short live tonight because I really wanted to talk about this situation for a minute because I actually went and read the letter and I had to read it 3 or 4 times. And I get it coming from me, of all people, who say we don't back down, um, we don't compromise in a situation to where Glock, where they got Chicago suing them and a couple other towns suing them or cities suing them. You know, I see where they want to distance themselves from that situation. Um, they don't want to have to redo all their stuff. So yeah, I can see them saying, "Hey, I don't promote this," but they could have worded their letter a little bit better. The 322 has magazine issues, stovepipe sometimes. Is that the spring in the magazine possibly? Not having enough pressure to feed it? Well, everyday care, that's funny. Uh, Not funny, but my Smith& Wesson Shield, if you go through and look up the reviews on that Shield Plus, it is a 13 plus 1 capacity. 8 out of 10 people will show you a video that they had problems getting that 13th round in that shield. I've never had a problem getting that 13th round in my shield. But then you go back and look, and it's because the spring is catching at the bottom. You go and just basically take a file and file that one corner, and you don't have that problem anymore. Now I still haven't had to do that. I still don't have a problem putting the 13th round in my magazine. Oh, I like a 22, man. That 22 rifle right there, I'd carry with no problems. I can't believe I got taught, and now I have not picked it up yet, so I could change my mind after I go to sleep. But I cannot believe I got talked into a damn. After talking to J Dog, he told me not to go that route, and I didn't listen. I got talked into a Canic MC9 today. Is that all? That damn J Dog digging in the knife. Is that all Cali allows you to have? But do you know Cali didn't have a lot of these crazy ass laws until this whole Ruger situation I'm talking about? This crazy dude set his fireworks truck on fire and then opened up on a bunch of kids with a Mini 14, and everything went downhill and shit from there. You know, I mean, it goes back to it's that agenda driven Manchurian candidate situation, which I feel is what a lot of this is going on. And then you hear your politicians like Gavin Newsom and some of the people talking about they done pissed the Christians off now because they said prayer don't work. We need to make gun laws because these kids were literally praying when it happened. Man, that it ain't even go down like that. I mean, I'm gonna check it out. I tell you what I did love about it. I love the way it fit in my hand. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not gonna cap. I don't like the big ass indicator on the back of the. But I don't like that. But it did fit nice. But what? That's not really what sold me. I went down to the other end of the counter and they had the Ruger P85. Um, Another Ruger P89, and so that'll give me the Ruger P85. It'll give me two P89s now, um, one P90 and one P95, and I'm gonna keep my Ruger collection growing, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, man. It seems like oh they also had the and I'm thinking about looking at more. And the only thing that turned me off on that particular Walther. They had the Walther 9 millimeter. I just don't like the magazine eject on that down by the trigger guard. I'm gonna find out, J Dog. To me, Canic and the way it was first showed to me, Canic was set up to be more of a race gun, a competition gun. I carry EDCs. I carry for self defense. So once again, it goes back to what we've talked about time and time again about triggers and altering. And uh, I don't even own a gun that's legal in California. Well, we own most of us on here own firearms. Most of us. Um, some of us don't, but it's. I want to talk to. I'm not saying no names. My buddy that's got the he accidentally got the wrong double barrel. Thought he was getting a 20, but he got a 12, and the price that he paid for that. We need to talk on Instagram. Yeah, the Walther PDP. It's in good shape, bro. Nice. I just don't like the way it drops the mag. I like a push button magazine release. But my P22 and my PK 380s similar. Yeah, that's it's same way. Desert Armory. It's the same way. It's that little lever that runs down by the trigger. You gotta flip it with your thumb. Basically, gotta come off target to drop the mag. Where my shield, I just reach over and click the button, it drops, you know. But once again, it's something with enough training and muscle memory, I'm sure it won't be an issue. But there was several. But I went specifically today to get the Shield X. I went to 5 different gun stores. Nobody had this damn Shield X. I could get the Equalizer. I can get the 2.0. I could get the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus Comp Carry. I just nobody had the Shield X. They all want me to pay for it in advance and wait 3 days for them to ship it. That's yeah, the 10+1. That's the sucky part when, especially when there's a lot better options out there with a lot more with 22. With 22, you should be able to get a good capacity. It's not like they take up much room. All yours are 15+1. You talking about the P22s? I just want to know where y'all getting such a good deal on these shotties, bro. I even went to Academy today, and I'm seeing what people saying when they do these channels and how much they're paying for this stuff. Here in South Georgia, ain't no way in hell. What's up, Ultrafire? Even my Maverick 88, right? It's mid to low fours now. Yeah, now Palmetto you can go and catch some deals. Um, but like most of the stores here, I meant to get that name, man. I went into a store today because they had a picture of a shoddy, and it's set up like your like J Dog Star Og. It looks just like it, but it's a shotgun. But it had a weird ass name, and I can't remember what the name of the shotgun is now. Um, but when I seen it, it just looks too cheaply made. Him the collection. uh, Desert Armory. You find my IG under affordable cab, which is CAB, affordable CAB 75. That's me. It should say Daniel G. Carter or Daniel Gianni Carter, one of the two, but it's, or Papa's Pew-pews. I'm not sure what else it says, but it's affordable cab 75. It's also the same with my Facebook. Uh, yeah, I was going to say Everyday Carry's got the shockwave, but that was him that said it. Did you find out if you could put that other grip on that EDC? I know somebody brought it up to you the other night, and I said I thought you could, but they kept saying you couldn't. You said you were going to find out. Um, what I'm carrying today, I carry the Winchester Silver Tip hollow points. I carry the Hornady Critical Defense and the Hornady Critical Duty. And then every now and then I'll run a Spear Gold Dot. Now that's self-defense rounds. Or I'll use the Federal, what is it, regular Federal red box for lead heads. And every now and then I'll use some Blazer brass. You can kind of see some of my boxes of ammo up there on that top shelf, but I'm not fixing to get in the screen and pull none of them down. But you can kind of see some of the stuff up there. For my shotgun, I have some called something Hammer, Spartan, which is a cheap double aught. I have military grade buck, Hornady, um, double aught buck. Most of my shotgun shells are double aught buck or number one buck. Uh, my 357, mostly jacketed hollow points, 158 grain. Yeah, I think that shockwave would operate and look fire with that grip. I don't know what YouTube will allow me to say and what it won't. So that'll work, Desert Armor. I'll hit you up when I get off. I'm not gonna be on long. On live. I'm going back to watch y'all shows tonight. I've been ripping and running all week. I want to sit back, chill, and just listen. I just hope I don't do what I did with J Dog last night. I had his on and fell asleep. That's when he said, I think I was on his live like 10 o'clock or something. He said, "You up?" Because I'm never up at that time. And I was in the middle of talking to him, fell my ass asleep, woke up to a blank screen. You booting up Fallout 4? Excellent. Like I said, I'm not going to be much longer. Oh, they had a great day, Larry. They're glad to be home for the weekend. And I'm hoping now that the rain stopped, my mobile mechanic showed up. He said he'd finish off the truck for me. So maybe by in the morning I'll have that up and running. Texas say NFA and they will not comply. Well, see, that's the thing with the NFA though, EDC. The only thing that has kept them winning in court was the fact that they argued it was a revenue source. Well, now that the big beautiful bill done away with the revenue source, the NRA launched that lawsuit saying, okay, it's no longer a revenue source, so you can't go that route. It's also against the Second Amendment. It says no article should be gone against, and it's going against the articles of the Constitution. So we have a two-sided front now being launched, and I want to say it's like 6 lawsuits. So what up, outdoor outlaws? Let's see if I can fix it and see what happens. Hold on. Wait. Oh, I got you. Well, let me know when you're ready, bro. Because like I said, I was only gonna go on for a few minutes, um, more or less anything, just so they couldn't say I didn't put up a live today. I put up that one earlier today, which I thought was decent, and it said there were like 60 something people, and I was like, I know better. I had more than that comment. All right, the top of the hour, then I'll run to then, and I'll end mine and jump on yours. Um, I got to figure out what I'm keeping out. I think I'm gonna put all this up and take the 1911 out tonight. I think I'm gonna let the 1911 run to bedside tonight. That and um, I don't know. I'll pull out some kind of shotty. I may pull out the old Coach, the double barrel. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm running double digits. I'm gonna let it run for a minute. Yeah, I read up on them everyday carry. I'll look at that one here in a little while. I'm constantly reading, not only our current, laws, but the ones of the past, um, and how they snuck a lot of this. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. They sneak a lot of this stuff in through other bills. Like when everybody was getting their stimulus checks, they were sneaking stuff in with them stimulus checks. Every time a bill is passed, there's a ton of small bills that get passed in that nobody knows about until it's too late. Hey, Larry, do one, man. Throw it up there. We'll support you, bro. The brothers will all jump on, show up in your comments, show up on your stuff. Um, we're all about supporting each other's channels, and we have a good time with it. That's the biggest thing. Where else can you go? Have a good time, give each other hell. J Dog, quit talking about my damn Victoria's Secret. I probably get more damn email from Victoria's Secret than anybody else. But it's but it's not the lingerie, it's the cologne. You see, and that's the other kick, bro, is your local law versus federal law. Because even with marijuana. Marijuana is still federally against the law, but your states have made it legal. So any gung ho Fed could come after you. Now, would it be a fight in court? Would it be a hell of a thing? Yes, but it's still doable because it's still a law. That's why they need to uniform this stuff and quit playing all these little games that they play, and maybe they'll earn some people's trust back. Hell, there, just throw a patch on. Yeah, I don't know if the rest of the brothers heard that or not. I know you were talking to me about it, but I don't know how many people heard what happened to you, bro. Yeah, see, I mean that's the whole thing though, bro. Even prescription medicines, stuff that you have a prescription for. If you're under the influence, they're gonna argue that you shouldn't have had it on you. Um, Alcohol, marijuana, medicines. Yes, they make cologne for men. Yes, they sure do. And it is fire, according to the ladies. And it's a lot of it is that pheromone injected cologne. What time you going live, Armor? Because you're in Arizona, so that puts you what 3 hours behind me. I'm Eastern. I'm Eastern Standard Time. Let's see if I can do this without. It's 5:49 here, Desert Armor. Speaking of that, Armory, I think that 10 gauge is a little too much for you, bro. You know, need to let me hold it for a little while. It's an old ugly gun. You don't need that on your channel. Yeah, I know Larry runs on mine. It's 6 p.m. Okay. Yeah, so you run. So same as Texas then. 250 in California. Bro, think positive, Larry. Um, and plus, surgeries have come a long way. They really have when it comes to eyes. So give it a while, do everything the doctor tells you, and let's see how it goes. I want to say it was a double barrel. Didn't didn't you recently post a short with that 10 gauge? The one I'm talking about, the one that was harder to. Was it you that did the one that was harder to open? Yeah, the one that you said was loose. I want to say you said it was loose. Oh, okay, old. Yeah, I knew it was old. It was either yesterday's live or the day before you showed it. I can't remember when it was. Now all my days are running together. But I know it was your channel I saw it on. I'm like a hawk when I see double barrels. Double barrel wise, I've got that Stevens 12, and then I have the Coach 20 gauge. Yeah, is that the one? That's the one that you shot. Um, and when you shot it, you was like, "Ooh, that's stout," because it knocked the hell out of you when you fired it. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yes, on your wall rack. It was on your wall rack. Yeah, Ultra Fire, I did. I told him I'd come pick it up tomorrow. That's why I said I still got the night to sleep on it. Just when my wife come out of school today, instead of going back there, we came straight home instead of going over there. Yeah, yesterday. You here cooking up some food? What you cooking tonight, Chanson? We had easy night tonight. We had I don't know if y'all have it where y'all are. We had Larry's giant subs. Um, I got a roast beef sub. We called it a wrap. We just I was gonna get Chinese food, but we didn't feel like driving across town, so we just grabbed something on the way home, and we'll do Chinese tomorrow. No, no. I thought I saw there was a 10 gauge that you actually shot though on one of your shorts, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mixing it up because not many people have 10 gauges nowadays. But I saw the one on your rack. But the one I'm specifically talking about, you got because you thought it was a 20 and it ended up being a 12, and you were talking about being stuck with it. See me, I want the 12, not the 20. But J Dog's setting up his live, guys. Whenever he goes back on, y'all jump on, and I'll be over there in just a minute. But I'm gonna let this run to the exact hour mark. Y'all can get a better look now that that light shining on that wood. When I told you that wood on that Henry was custom done, just look at the color and the grain that you see in it. Man, they done a good job on that. And I did order the pick rail that goes to the top that'll allow me to put the little Sally light on there, the little Sally optic. No, 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 Desert Armory. No, no. I'll talk to you on Insta about it. What I'm saying that I was more inquiring about, you said that you had bought the double barrel you bought. What's up, Focus? The double barrel you bought, you thought was a 20, and it ended up being a 12, and you were saying you were stuck with it. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to be stuck with a 12, not a 20. It's an antique, so shippable without a FFL. Okay, now you get it. See, Georgia has them same rules. I'm able to purchase, if it's past a certain age, I'm able to purchase and ship and everything else as long as I know I'm not dealing with, somebody who's not supposed to have it. No, bro, they didn't have a 19X. That's what sucked. They had that damn Ruger RXM. They had a couple of 17s. I couldn't find a 19X nowhere. I couldn't find the Shield X nowhere. Um, today's just been a weird day. It's like everything I went looking for, I couldn't find. Um, and that's why when I walked down to the Glocks are in the same cabinet as the old Rugers. So um, when I was looking at the Glocks, trying to find the different Glocks that I wanted to look at, I seen the two Rugers on the bottom shelf. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. I got you, Desert. But yeah, and then I handled that Walther 9, and then when I handled the Canic, that's really the first time I've ever held one. I just never messed with the Canics. I had looked at them earlier at Academy Sports, but they had the full size, the expensive, custom that they only put out so many per year. But some of them were running like 15, big cheeseburgers, and I was like, nah, I don't want nothing like that. I wouldn't spend that much on a Canic to begin with. But what got me like that little keychain Glock that you got, J Dog. The Canic kit comes with one of them. It comes with a little miniature Canic pistol. It comes with your firearm. All together, it's two extra 17 round mags and the mag that's in it. The cleaning kit. It comes with the whole setup. Wait, what did I miss? What's Chance in making? I missed it. Ooh, egg, waffle, bacon, and pancakes. Hey, do you put your Chanson? Do you put your eggs on your pancakes and waffles, or do you put them on the side? I mean, in the long run, it all ends up in the same place, but some people eat it different. I like to take pancakes and put my over medium eggs on the top of it, and drop the syrup on the top of it. See, I take my waffles and I'll get the non-breaded chicken breasts, and I'll make a waffle sandwich with the chicken. You put it all in a blender, make it into a smoothie grilled cheese. Damn, guys, I just looked over. I got a grandbaby knocked out and a bulldog. And I got like a quarter of my big ass bed to lay on. Yeah, like I said, that's the first time I've ever messed with mechanics. Simply because the way I first saw them, and um, I just always put them more with like what we would call a race gun, a competition gun. And as far as that everyday carry, I don't like a real light trigger. Um, that's the mistake I made with my 1911. I made my trigger too light and converted it back to a little over 4 pounds. Are you vegan? My one daughter's not anymore, but she spent what 8 years being a vegan. Um, she would always have stomach issues, and she would find when she didn't eat meat, she didn't have issues. So for the longest time, she was a straight vegan. Now she's back to eating steak and all that, so it only lasted for a little while. I'm ready whenever you are, J Dog. We've been at 56 minutes, bro. What's up, Robbie? Sorry I didn't respond to you earlier about some eggs. How y'all getting in a fight over some eggs, bruh? Yeah, Chanson, he going live. What time you going live, Chanson? I plan on staying up a while tonight because my ass is sleeping in the morning somehow or another. What's up, Nusky, my brother? I know I'll see you late night. I know old Nusky will be on. And if y'all ain't checked out his stuff, man, y'all gotta check out Nusky, man. He got some fire little items also. Is a texture thing. Yeah, I know some folks that just don't. I mean, just don't do a lot of textures, you know. That's what she said, Robbie. Oh, you know it, bro. We, like I said, man. That's the thing about this group, bro. We promote each other's channels, man. I mean, that's what it's all about. Promoting the Second A community, growing it, and trying to get some of these knuckleheads where they're not getting views, and some of us positive 2A people are getting the views. Yeah, I know you. You said you were going back, starting back work, so. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna rock out the 22 lever tonight and the 1911. I don't know. I might pull out the honey badger. I ain't pulled it out in over a month. I might pull it out. Let the 300 blackout rock out tonight. Now I got another issue. I got to go get another safe because one of the places that I kept some of my stuff stored, um, which is one of my business partners, um, he's never been a drinker. Don't eat spicy food. He's a health nut, and he had an ulcer rupture in his stomach 3 days ago, and luckily, a car passing by saw him hit the ground and called 911. Now he's laid up with tubes all in him and everything else. Ain't no telling how long he's gonna be in the hospital. So I got to go move all my stuff from his house and figure out where I'm gonna put it here. That's where most of my ARs are, because I keep them there because that's where the range is. So I'm gonna have to find a place to store all that. Because with these kids being in my house, that's something Family and Children's strict about. Everything I own, other than what's on me, has to be locked in an actual safe. Yeah, Nusky's cool, man. It's kind of like all of us, man. It's a vibe, you know. I mean, laid back, chill. They have a good time. Same with going to Focus's page. Same way. And I don't know about y'all, but I love like seeing the younger generation get into the firearms, man. That's to me, that's cool as hell. Oh yeah, definitely have a safe, man. I mean, that's something. If you get into this right here, you want a safe. And once again, guys, eh, all of this. I was just talking about you, Focus. um, but yeah, nothing's foolproof. If somebody wants it bad enough, they're gonna get it. All these things do cameras, safes, locks. All that does is keep honest people honest and buy you time. All right, Desert. I'm gonna hit you on Insta here in just a few minutes. Focus. I meant to ask you something. Are you running another channel also? Damn, J Dog making more hot dogs. Them ones last night made me. I ain't even gonna lie. 5 o'clock this morning, I was hungry as fuck, and J Dog had some damn glizzies on the grill. Me sitting here drooling out both sides of the mouth. Yeah, that's what I was trying to make sure was that the same Focus? Because one of them says I am the real Focus or something like that. I just want to make sure it was him. Ooh, pork belly. Well, I got that brisket still going. I'm gonna let it run out till about 4 o'clock in the morning and pull it and then let it sit. Yeah, Focus. That's what I'm talking about. The one that says I am the real Focus. That's you too, right? Okay, making sure. Making sure. Because I wasn't gonna sub to that one until I found out for sure if that was you or not. And now we know, and no one has half the battle. Gotcha, gotcha. But yeah, I sure am glad today's Friday, bro. Man, this week has about killed me. Now I plan on just riding out with the brothers, jumping on y'all stuff. I got my live out the way. I'll make some shorts in the morning and run that shit the weekend. I got to go back, J Dog, and see how many public watch hours it's saying I have now. I gotta be up. I gotta be up past 1K by now at least. All right, Robbie, get you some sleep, bro. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Yeah, it's 5 days behind. Yeah, the shorts. I just man. I've got some that'll jump up, and the way it works, they'll jump up almost immediately. It's like they max out within the first 15 minutes, and then they don't grow no more. It's like they just put them to sleep. I got some that won't come out of double digits, and then I got some that'll get 1K. A few that's got a couple more than that, but it's like when I started doing live, my shorts just stopped. That's what I'm saying, folks. You can post one, look at it 10 minutes later, it have 700, right? But then it never goes any farther. I went and took, like in the studio, took all the keywords out. I added the new keywords that YouTube suggested. I've done everything these little tutorial videos said to do, with the exception of just starting a new account, because I'm not fixing to do that. Yeah, nah, I ain't even gonna go there, J Dog, because that one just makes no sense. Yours is the perfect example of a video that wants to be seen. That video cleared over, well, almost 600,000 in between yours and your friend's channel. That video cleared almost 600,000 in 4 days. That tells me that people want to see it. But what that was, they were fixing to monetize your ass, and they knew they were gonna have to pay you for that. I don't know exactly how much 600,000 views would have got you, but I'm sure it would have got you a little bit. You could have bought a couple cheeseburgers at least, a couple Red Bulls, a couple packs of smoke, something. That's what I'm saying, grilled cheese. A short should never be under that, especially if you got subs. And a lot of my stuff, though, I talk off of, like, when I had TikTok. Bro, I was getting 20, 30,000 on little shorts. But I see the same game slowly starting to happen now on YouTube. But TikTok dirty, bro. They banned me. I mean, literally banned me. But yet they'll send me at least one email a day talking about they got a live competition going on. Please enter the live competition. But you let me try to click the live button, and it tell me you permanently banned from going live. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I enjoy talking to the fellas, but um, yeah, where's your people at? I mean, if you go look through your list of subs, a lot of them, I never see their names hop in anything. Now I got a few of the troll that were originally trolls. They'll come, and they come and talk and chat and everything else now. And then a lot of them's now found me on, like, a lot of my subs have now found me on Facebook and the other social medias that I use. So hell, I chat with them more on that than I do this. I just try to stay off Facebook because my mom's got that shit, bro. She be embarrassing a motherfucker, bro. I hate to have to block my mom, but I guess I'm gonna have to. She was watching me on YouTube yesterday. She's like, "Oh, can I watch it?" Nope, it's private account. Ooh, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go grab the 22 Magnum, the little barkeep. We're gonna have a Western night. I'm gonna keep out the Henry and the 22 barkeep. That's gonna be my nighttime riders. There you go. We gonna Wyatt Earp it tonight. Doc Holiday, I'll be your Huckleberry. Oh, J Dog, I about died today. That fucker talking about you sounded Southern. I run Plus P. Um, I have not found any Plus P plus ammo. I would like to get my hands on some Plus P plus. If J Dog's Southern, you're Australian. What, man? I'm fixing to look for it as soon as I get off live. That was actually my next goal. Was to, hey, tell them. The reason I keep everybody off my Facebook because my mom be on my shit. I said she seen me on YouTube today and was asking about my YouTube. I said I don't want my damn mama on YouTube. My mama crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
About half retarded.
That she is. And that's not being mean. That's being 100. She's slow.
Hey, that's my mama you talking about.
She's still slow. I ain't lying. I teach SPED and she's
my mom
be in my class.
my wife said she teaches SPED students and my mama qualifies as one of the students. But yeah, I'll look for the phone and let you plug it up. Why, is the tablet messed up?
No, she's just driving me nuts.
And don't give her that tablet.
I'm not.
And don't give her that new phone I just got you.
I ain't even got it completely set up.
Let that stupid ass right there out. I don't know why. There he goes. Yes, SPED. My wife handles the kids that most people don't want to handle. What's up, Marcel? Alright, guys, I'm fixing to bounce off here, and I'll be ready to go live with y'all when y'all go live. I gotta look for a cell phone. My grandbaby wants something she can watch tonight, so I gotta pull up one of my spares so she can have something to watch. Because some folks around here don't believe in televisions. We use tablets and phones. But I'll see y'all here in just a few minutes, bro. Y'all stay strapped. Keep one or two. Always be blessed. You'll be going live? Alright, bro. Don't get beat up, Chanson. I'll see y'all in a few minutes.